accomplish with their lurking players. Exercise fantastic in some of these lurk roles. And so, yeah, a very unique brand of Counter-Strike from 3D Max. And I think it's staggered a lot of teams that have tried to meet them head-on. In this pistol round, an explosion out towards ramp. Fights throwing the way of a triple stack from G2.
Oh my God.
But 3D Max come out swinging. I managed to grind this one out into an even odds 2v2, but with Maka already roaming the halls down at lower.
Bomb has been planted.
His team is so low, he can't die on his own. Maka fakes the door out, goes back to play. Gravity looking for just one clean shot. It's Hunter who hits the head. 2v1. Hunter and Snacks are the captain of 3D Max, and the bomb is for him as well. He has the time on his side. They have no kit. They're clearing positions. Maka checks them once, sees they're off the bomb. The tap again as they try and force him, but he can just isolate this duel, get Snacks off. Oh no! Maka's won it!
Let's go, man!
Back turned, cover not enough. And Snacks just sticks it in the open. Very hard round for G2 to win. I'm just surprised they don't win it on ramp. That was 3 players with a bait and switch. 1 is not enough.
Let's go, man!
Fast play, Gravity and Body both making it down the vents. That's the bomb in tow. So 2 players down at lower, and that chance to plant already available for 3D Max. G2, find 1 on the Malbs Deeg out in main. Goes looking for a little bit more, and Mac is there to punish. They weren't able to assemble a quick drop down lower to fight this bomb plant. And so G2 lacking the manpower, out of position here. You wouldn't put a save past them. But more of this high-octane CS from 3D Max to open. Double vent drop in their anti-force round. Play like that, not without its risks. They'll stick the landing here. A lot of damage done with players dying after the round, though. 2 guns saved out of it for G2.
Funny hunt for 3D Max, because once you see him there at Blue Box, you know he has to die to bomb, and they could have lived. But 3D Max, very momentum-based team. It's not always the cleanest CS, but it is certainly exciting to watch. I mean, double vent drop. That's a ballsy move. So 1 more eco here for G2. Flash is good. Slips past. Does turn around, and still Lucky wins that fight. Oh dear, through the smoke. Shooting holes in it. Hades full of them. 3 on 5 now. Pistols shouldn't have a chance. I love the patience in this round as well. They just group up. They've got Body in secret and a man in main, so this A split is very tempting. They'll drop in and go together. G2 was stacked B from the get-go. They find out the hard way. 3-0 for 3D Max.
Bomb has been planted.
These kills on the way out are nice, especially with that previous round only being a 1 surviving for 3D Max. Snack's gonna try and give chase.
Terrorists win.
Cool spam, nice attempt at it. But in the end, 3 players get out, so 3D Max feeling fine with that one. But this is where that buy is gonna come out for G2. I wanna see Malbs making a bit of an impression here.
Yeah.
Kind of the guy who is left behind in this G2 squad. Had that stint in M80 as well, so has these links to North American Counter-Strike. Waited a long time to get to play at Majors for his cool-up. Joins this G2 team, which then kind of starts dissolving around him. That was meant to be his big chance internationally. Well, now he's thrust in to the star roles. So you want a strong performance, a strong start on the day from Malbs MD if you're hoping G2 finds success.
Many people are expecting G2 to bomb out of this major, and I think if they don't, it's got to be off the back of Malbs and Heavy God. They've got to be the hard carries here. These are the more, well, I don't even want to say proven players, because they are, you know, young, upcoming guys who have the potential for a very high ceiling. And they've shown great individual moments, but they've also shown games where they completely disappear. And Malbs has really been having trouble in this G2 jersey ever since the departure of Nico and Monacy. Could this be his time? I like the double smoke wall as well. 3D Max keep them guessing. Malbs holds on, hoping they come through. They're not. It's back garage he has to worry about. Does Body go as far to clear this position, especially with a sniper in heaven? Got to watch out for that. Space getting taken. Malbs reveals his position. Body quick trade, and he won't go for that heaven control. He joins his team on this top hit. Oh, needed that.
Rough miss for Hades.
Okay.
And a good catch for Snacks up through the vents. Gets away with a dink as well. I think he's done enough damage here to keep G2 interested, and with Heavy God in a strong position, that could have been the end of the round right there. They've heard Hades on the heaven drop, but that's a quick scope for Hades.
Yeah.
Not in time. Hades with a fire lit beneath him finds that first round for G2.
Oh, expert shots for Hades. That back sight kill was incredible, and Body absolutely whiffs the 1v1. He doesn't land a single bullet. It would have taken 2 to win the round against Hades. But he just panics and sprays. So it's an awkward round for 3D Max to lose, but it comes off the back of Hades dropping in, Snacks flying up the vent, and Heavy God dropping that bomb planter. So G2 don't wait too long on this CT side, and they keep Hades up as well. 3D Max posed a question of whether they can keep their economy up, because even in this round it's pretty weak. Max have been double throwing smoke walls, and this round they do it again, hoping to get the HEs out of G2. They've had a few varieties of walls as well. So G2 can't read what the intention is with each set piece. This is looking like the Vitality Apex main play. Body coming through the smoke, and they hit this top site. Oh dear.
Oh, that's really awkward timing for Hunter. Snacks with a dumped mag, but a swing and a miss. And all of 3D Max pull up with the openers. Chances there for G2, but it starts with a missed timing. And in the blink of an eye, this round is over. Heavy God and Hades are left to just save on the extremities. So a harsh bring back down to earth for G2. 4 players getting out for the side of 3D Max. And a convincing top site hit.
Yeah, I love that they don't just do that off the rip as well with the first wall. It takes 2 walls before they do it. And by that point, G2 have used a lot of utility. They're uncertain. They think maybe players are crossing secret. Snacks even found that main lurker, but it doesn't matter. It's the chaos that Body provides in that round that his team play off of. Anchor getting caught with nades out on that top site. Looks a little bit disastrous. So 3D Max respond very well. They remove that AWP.
Even falling down at that first, you know, all-in top hit can feel really rough. Knowing that at any point, 3D Max can go back to one of these real up-tempo rounds and hit you with it again. Feel like it alleviates a lot of pressure for the CTs if they're able to deal with that the first time of calling. So money now broken. Slow starts set to continue for G2 unless these Deegs can upset.
Really quick.
It's the pace on this round that blindsides them.
Wow.
And an AK upgrade for Gravity. He gets even more lethal. Maka with the wrap out in the yard, and here are these very quick rounds from 3D Max. They've won all the yard fights. Lucky just playing a contain back in the lobby. Little awkward that this first fight hasn't gone his way, but he finds himself eventually. And they know that Snacks is trapped in at the back of the site. 3D Max in full control.
They look really warm, really good individually, right? Like, obviously, we always like to look at the teams that have played the previous stage versus the teams coming in fresh. And so far, 2 upsets coming in, and maybe looking for a third here. I say upset. I think I would even call 3D Max favorites in this game, but just off the back of the seeding, right off the back of the invitation. And 3D Max are looking right now. G2 having trouble holding back this pace thrown at them on the T side. And again, we have Maka laid out a spawn. Thought he was going to be doing a set piece, but just cycling nades instead. So something a bit slower, a bit more default here for 3D Max. Top hit, util, trying to get everything in order. Onto hut roof. And Hades just left to go support outside. This fake wall that Body's crossing with is drawing G2's eyes into the wrong place. That's exactly the goal.
Gravity on the main drop again, but this time bound for heaven.
Buying time for him. He won't get far though.
Important pickup for Body nonetheless. Still gets something from this yard control. And 3D Max going to change plan on the fly.
Nice.
It's all being dictated by the success or failure of Gravity on the outside push. They find the gap though, going to get past Heavy God over here in Hell, even finding that kill onto him. Drop down into lower, 20 seconds here. Fast playing towards single door available for Snacks. Can try and stop this plant, and there's no cover. 3D Max left that bomb plant out on its lonesome.
Nice, got a stick. Oh, they don't go, they got it. Seconds to spare, he gets off last second. The pressure's on either way. Dying after time is not how you want to go. That's a real shame to see them not cover single door there. They both go double side. They're so panicked. No one's even considering it. And Heavy God, even though it's frustrating, I feel like he kept giving them the route to B, and they kept forcing the kill onto him. Made up for by Snacks with the round-winning play. He's been very cheeky in the Ventus game, flying up, flying down. So bomb denial will win the round for G2, and they hang on by a thread.
Fast out. Hunter full blind, but unchecked for now. Body swings back up, and there's the help from Gravity. G2 being unable to stop these fast A pops is a huge problem.
Yeah.
If you can't deny that, this could be a very fast first half.
I mean, if you're a team that you have a lot of faith in your A hits on this map, you can just keep running them. We've seen rosters throughout the years do that. And just say, hey, stop us. Like, prove you can stop us. Or we'll keep taking this round. 5 alive, decisive, and a variety of hits as well. They've had body dropping main, or lurking secret coming back main. We've had heaven control. We've just had running out door. They've made it down the vent twice. 3D Max kind of doing whatever the hell they want in this game, and G2 are barely stopping them.
I mean, because of how 3D Max like to play, because so much can change in the mid-round on the fly, they do so with a terrifying pace. There's a lot of pace behind these rounds, even without changes. It really relies on your individuals being able to hold their own if you're ever caught out of position, and having like good, clean comms to out-rotate and out-maneuver, but also not get duped by this 3D Max squad. And you feel like that's a huge ask of this G2 team. Expectations already kind of tapered for G2 coming into this major. And now getting put through the ringer by one of the more mobile teams in Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
it's a worrying set of circumstances to open. You haven't been able to stop any of these fast top hits. You've been getting pushed and pulled around the map, so you don't feel safe in your reads, in your gambles. There's not a lot of certainty on the backbone of this G2 CT half yet.
Stuck in the right place could be something here. 3 on ramp with a boost. But these 3D Max players are looking very sharp right now. They've already cleared out this exact kind of stack. U2 will make that problem easier, burning out that back box player. Heavy got in hot water. It's still up close. Does catch one by surprise. Hades with a double. Now there's 4 here. Now it's going wrong. Hades picks up the AK. He puts them down. 4 kills from the pole. And suddenly Body thrust into a lost round. And Hades won't get all 5, but his teammates are good to finish the job here.
Thread the needle on the first fight.
No,
able to secure himself a second. Hold on a moment. Body making this interesting. Hades at 4 kills deep. Presumed he'd already done enough to win this round. More required. Body
1G.
with the 1G.
He's trying to molly that left cubby. I guess he thought someone was there, but I guess it bounced.
Regardless, that's a huge round for Hades and a much needed step in the right direction for G2. Winning a low econ round like this with 4 kills from Europa, donning a recovered rifle. It's big stuff for G2, a round they couldn't account for, but one they've been able to pick up nonetheless. They've got Hades to thank.
Yeah.
He's given them a fighting chance here in this first half. Still a world where they could recover.
It was just so tunnel visioned on Heavy God, who was trapped behind the Molotov, that they never really prepared for the close P250. Still a sick sequence from Hades. Drags him to hell and back. And gives G2 the chance to stay in the CT side. 3 rounds, money back in their hands. Fate.
I need to play scout, not already.
the amount of rounds we just see Gravity on the MAC-10. Sure, right now it's an economy thing, but he's been doing it in this game numerous times when he's been able to buy. Oh, great entry for Malbs. MAC-10 should be no threat. Oh, but he jumps away and it does a lot of damage. Boom.
Aggression from Hunter, very well timed. It's right as Lucky left that hut angle. Hunter just moves into the lobby, strips another man from the ranks of 3D Max, leaves them in a 3-on-5.
Frustrating death for sure. And it's stalled out this entire round for 3D Max, and they don't have a lot of util either to make up for it. So they need a kill here to come their way. Malbs is ensuring that's not going to happen. And even on ramp, there's an AWP, so there's no easy route here for 3D Max if they want to still attempt this round. And that's to me, that's a question. I think a save here wouldn't be a horrible decision.
Yeah, get out with three guns in tow, and then, body. You know, body can also buy next.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
I think it's the right call here, so that's what it looks like. And we know 3D Max can do more with less. And even next round, they're going to have 4 rifles at least. So it's certainly not a bad buy. G2, we see the flashes, man. We see the flashes. I just don't know how consistent it's going to be in this tournament. The tournament.
Counter-terrorists win.
Where we've seen G2 be a shoo-in for playoffs, major after major. So consistently getting there. And you could argue that today, or at least this month, this major, is their worst chance.
Hades having some good impact here to open up for G2 is a promising sign. We got to see him back in Astana, which was a failure of an event for the G2 squad. Not necessarily in terms of their lackluster result, or in the managerial sense. Hang on a second, we have this fast topside haymaker from 3D Max. Find their way in again. This time, Malbs tries to be the difference maker. It's going to fall onto body. 1 versus 2, and this would be G2 finally stopping one of these fast topside rounds. But have they just given body the ultimate reason to win this? 1v1 now. Hades on the swing, plays out just a second later. Another crucial round from G2's AWPer. Once more accomplished on the rifle. And when we saw Hades, I was saying, back in that Astana event,
yeah.
You know, we commented on how it was good. He felt very, very vocal, like he was slotting him well. You saw him willing to call his plays, make his moves. And he's found great impact here on Nuke. 3 of these round wins can be attributed directly to Hades and his impact.
And now a broken buy for 3D Max to try and squeeze one more past the keeper at the end of the half. Oh, body falls off silo there. He's got the 1 rifle. Yard execute, but Malbs very patient in this position. It's still kind of a hard fight though, because they can cross the red pretty easily. Shadow is something, but body with a nice clear, gets a gun for his teammate as well. 3D Max gonna cross down Secret. Those nades are miscommunicated as they both come through at the same time. G2 can no longer do that.
Even that's like super awkward, right? You know that now they likely don't have more util to blow these yard smokes open. That gives you a huge degree of freedom.
Black sight.
Hades AWP gonna get tested here as he's getting overran. The Tech-9 swarm him, And 3D Max, another pacey round after a moment of silence there. Close it out on that fast top side split. They'll win out this T side at 7-5.
Welcome to Roles and Responsibilities. I'm here with Lucky from 3D Max, and we're talking about his role inside of the team. Lucky, how would you describe your role?
In our team, it's a bit special, depending on the maps that we play. On Nuke, on City, I'm going to be like the outside player, like a rifler, having like important role in the decisions. You're not going to have the same voice on like a newbie's T side.
Giving information, letting your in-game leader build a picture of the round.
Yeah.
Looking at CT sides, though, 3D Max are quite a unique team. You guys do a lot of mid-round grouping and pushing for information and clearing parts of the map. Are you often in the pack when you do that?
Most of the time I will be in the pack, I would say. I'll be the big guy. Sometimes I'll go back to clear middle with the other people. That's like a pretty common play now. We see it a lot.
What would you say is your favorite map to play in this role?
I enjoy Inferno a lot. I mean, we've been like a pretty good team on it. I like the fact that I'm really like active. A lot of calls, a lot of adaptations.
You're calling utility, I presume, on your team. What's the most challenging map or position you play?
I had some issues on like Dust 2 City, because now I'm playing like Anchor on B. It's really hard to play. Like if you do one small mistake, you're gonna lose the round.
A lot of pressure. What kind of players do you watch demos of and learn from?
Vitality, they are like really good on the tactical side. Like everything they do is really smooth. Obviously players like Nico, he has a lot of positions that I play to. Donk sometimes, but a lot of the plays he makes is the only one that can make them, you know.
What attributes are important to play your role?
You have to be really vocal, be willing to like work with players around you. And I think you have to be really flexible too. Sometimes you're going to be a support, sometimes you're going to be making aggressive plays. A pretty complete player, you know.
How do you stay like unpredictable?
You have to be aware of how like the other team is going to perceive you, so you can use that. Go on the other part of the map and help like your teams.
Your in-game leader is Maka. He's also an AWP in-game leader. It's kind of a dying breed. What do you make of playing with him?
Right now the meta is like the in-game leader is someone that's like selfless, that's going to go first. Maka, he can do it like sometimes, but when he has the AWP in his hands, he's not going to be the one that's going to do that. So we have to adapt. We have to play good and hopefully make it through like as cleanly as possible.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much for your time and best of luck.
.3D Mags come through with a real fury to open up stage 3 for G2, lagging behind a little here. They find their way in with a couple of high-impact rounds from Hades. Guy trying to put himself back in the shop window at this major. 12-6 from G2 Zorpa, leading the way by some margin.
Quick pistol here for G2. With only one smoke, they still make it down. It just comes at the cost of heavy. God, make it double for Maka. He's got quick fingers.
Yeah,
French with the Julies, eh?
They do like a dual Beretta.
Or two. Snacks his back sight, but Maka's got the sniper out. Hard scoping. And they start to peel back into this top site, knowing Snacks was probably calling his team in, and Malbs is left in an unwinnable round, 1v5 on lower. He's got the space, but the second he makes noise, they're going to be able to drop down the vent. Can't cover two things at once. So 3D Max wait for the time to strike. You ain't coming up that vent, I can assure you that. And there they go. Every step is a threat for Malbs.
Ramp players even confirmed, guys, he's still in single door. They know exactly where Malbs is. And they're going to start running him down. 4 players charging at Malbs MD. Huge pistol round from Maka. 3D Max captain. 3D Max Orpa nails 3 in the pistol on those dual Berettas.
The single smoke cross is a bit bold. It's brazen from G2. Sure, if that's a USB, I don't think he's going to get a triple kill, but gotta be, you're leaving it down a little bit to chance there, G2. It's just the Hades show right now. Malbs, Heavy God, no one really doing much of note. And G2 force up without the plant. Trying to believe in themselves. Is that belief well-founded in a round like this, though? Look at 3D Max grouping, man. They are all backside or hell. Every single player grouped. Ramp and top A. We'll start to see a rotation down lower.
It's also going to be interesting to just see the difference in these fast, pop rounds between these squads. G2 are ready to burst out based on what this secret player is able to accomplish. But it looks like they will just explode out into this top site. Malb's maybe going to try and root in a little bit later through main. Right now, just holding on to the secret stairs.
Smoke is so bad. I'd love
if you remember, 3D Max used this against G2 all first half long. Let's see how G2's top hit finds its form. Starts off strong. Hades and Snacks both getting a kill apiece. Maka now out on an island. The rest of the gang have dropped down lower, and they'll overrun Gravity. Body arrives next, looking to thin the herd. He gets out with a 1-for-1. Still, Heavy God is in with a chance here. Maka on a wide swing out from the ramp, brings the fight straight to him.
Dude, Maka is just in form right now. He is hitting hard. They don't get a second to spare off of that bomb plant. 13-4, Maka just pins him to the wall. And even though G2 actually make that very interesting by changing the plan and dropping down the vent instead of going for the top hit like it looked, Malbs provides a good bit of cover. It's still not a round win, and it still might beckon you in to buy once more, which could dig an early grave here for G2. 4 Galils, a Mac 10, and sure, they've got 3D Max on the ropes. They can break their money here, but if this doesn't work, you're looking at running out of rifle rounds before this half begins.
And if you think 3D Max are going to let up, worried that there could be another force here, knowing that's the case, then you don't know this team.
3 outside as well.
A lot of aggression out in the yard. Gravity holds on, waiting for the perfect chance to backstab.
Hello.
2 players looking the wrong way. That's the reward for Gravity. He's done his part in the round. A 2-for-1 from him. Hades and Heavy God left up for G2. You'd like to think these are the 2 players you'd want in this spot. And so let's see if they can make it tricky.
Smoke's going to get a lot of room here. 3D Max can't test that. So G2 will use it to go down lower, but there's info being gained on the B-bomb site. Exercise not looking to throw his life away for a kill, but just warn his team. They're dropping vent loud. 3D Max believing, but it's a fake out. They go back up to clear lobby, and Exercise gets that spot. That's fine, he lives. He can let them into B. It allows 3D Max to play together in this post plant.
Oh, even his, they don't hold the vent. That allows a much faster rotate here for 3D Max. A team that's pacey enough on their own get to go a little bit faster in this round.
Oh, hunt this kill, Hades. He's got him low.
Hades going to try and siphon a player out of this retake. That's such a huge pickup. Heavy God finds success in the meantime. 2 versus 4 for G2, but they've got to stop the defuse.
Not like this.
And G2 never do. Defuse held, 3D Max double digits, and old habits dying hard for G2.
There's no smoke. The smoke faded. No one's even peeking. No one's checking the bomb. And G2 a defuse on the B bomb site. A fickle beast. A cruel mistress. And it doesn't get much better. They did everything they had to in that 2v4 to make that round work. And then Maka just gets on the bomb. disastrous for G2, and they buy again, and I can't blame them. They kept guns. They still have better economy this time. Ooh.
I don't know how Exercise doesn't get that headshot with an XM point blank. But that's the shotguns for you.
Yeah, aiming a bit lower, I guess, but hard to blame. Gets robbed of an opening kill. There's still a trade out on ramp, but right now things are working in G2's favor. They go back to late smokes outside. Ramp under-defended. Maka moves back 14-5 on the captain.
Timing on this move is good for Maka. Gonna get into the ramp room in time. Might even get to drop down.
Wow.
G2 are trying to ice him out, but Maka's stayed one step ahead throughout this. They learn about Snacks now. They know this is the lower play, and Maka's gonna do it all alone. That is a crazy double. And will that bunch of damage be enough to bring Lucky back in to the round? Low HP on Hunter. Can Lucky finish the job that Maka started? Door swings open. G2 is set up either side of this pathway. This crossfire is very, very strong. And so Lucky goes about a different routing. This play at least gives him a chance to look for 1v1s. Eventually is to commit to one of these fights. Snacks tucked in, goes unchecked. Lucky plays it forward. Looks underneath. Perfect clear for Lucky. Is he ready for the swing out from Snacks?
No
Bomb's
way.
not planted for Snacks.
Again.
Don't let him defuse you twice in a row. G2 again. Can't stop the defuse.
That's not luck. That's all skill. What a read.
Someone remind them what the objective of the T side is. This is getting brutal.
Oh my god, it's not for Snacks as well. I liked how he tucked, but he could have traded his teammate. Initially, the tuck's good, but when he's dropping in off the rafters, killing your backside player, if Snacks peeks here at any point, he just wins the round. A lack of conviction is devastating for G2. Bomb just gets stuck in front of your face. Ooh. This is about as G2 a game as it gets.
Yeah, losing two important swing clutch moments to stuck defuses.
And keep in mind, G2 have bought every round of this T side because they've made them all close since the pistol. And they haven't won a single one. Desperate, top rush. MP9s chew you up. Goodbye. Thanks for coming. 3D Max are not letting them in.
Snacks trying to make amends for it now. 2 kills deep on his way to a 1v4, but fast pushed out through the heaven. 3D Max, the answer is always more bodies, more aggression, more fights.
I think the timeout's come a little bit too late, Taz, on this one. That's a pistol round that G2 were not even in, and then 4 force buys in a row. And to be honest, I'll say it, like, the force buys are fine. I actually think they're fine. They're reasonable. The calls were pretty good as well in some of these rounds, but even though they got into good positions, they couldn't close a single one. And now you're timing out? It's already over. It's 12-5. You've lost every round of this half. Too late to save this game, I'm sorry. This is a 3D Max who could absolutely make their first major playoffs with the form we're getting out of this squad. Give them the right matches. And French CS is back.
Yeah, insane to think the Frenchmen winning in these first round of games aren't the ones on Vitality. It's looking to be 3D Max. In the openers in stage 3 at Austin. More aggression out in the yard, 3 players. I love that everyone on this team has agreed on this very outlandish, highly aggressive style. They all seem so comfortable playing it. Every round starting with like a grouped play for 3D Max. The idea is, you know, sometimes we might aim wrong, sometimes we might go to the wrong place, but if we're doing it together and we're doing it with conviction,
it also lets them get more
beat the best.
They get to save more if they're in the wrong place. The gambles, if they win hard. So 3 fighting yard, 1 put down, top of the red box. Somehow Snack survives that.
Yeah, I think you're very, very lucky to have not been punished for that position. You've kept this 5v4. G2 need to count their lucky stars here. They've been able to get players across in a secret. Just 2 with the bomb in tow.
All this while, Gravity's solo A with MP9. So if they walked out A, they'd win the round. But obviously G2 don't know that. They've got secret control. They're going to use it. 3D Max moved both yard players from ramp to B. They are set up and ready.
Body's in a strong position. He's going to deal with the entire ramp side of this play, and the double setup in at lower is ready to contain this. There's no bomb plot for you, 3D Max. Run away with this opening match. It's not even close. They dominate G2 from top to bottom.
Brutal
G2
game.
Slow start. Some good stuff in there from Hades, some signs of promise, but the rest of the roster falling silent. 2 rounds in a row lost to stuck defuses down the stretch. A very G2 way to lose this game.
Yeah, the rifle core of G2 go pretty quiet as well in Heavy God, Hunter, and Malbs. No one really winning rounds for the team. And when it comes down to your chance in that T side, it comes off the back of back-to-back defuses inside of the B bomb site that managed to win the game for 3D Max. They steal that one right from under G2's nose, and it was never even close. Liking what we're getting out of the Frenchman, leveling up as we go deeper into the major stage 3, and anything is possible for this young plucky French squad.